Chief of Iran's Supreme National Security Council Ali Larijani just yesterday touched down in Lebanon, meeting with the Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and others in Beirut, the capital. But the response he got from the Lebanese state is shocking to those who know what it means. Lebanon basically said to Iran, "We're trying to disarm the Lebanese paramilitary," and my phone is trying to disarm itself of its. Lebanon basically said to Iran, "We're trying to disarm the Lebanese paramilitary in the south as our masters, the United States. I mean, our friend and ally, the US, ordered us to. I mean, suggested strongly. Damn it. Iran, please do not interfere with us disarming this paramilitary group. We only want to be controlled by the West. I mean, we don't want to be controlled by Iran. We want to be independent." Iran, you see, is making moves to try and stop the. What the flip is going on? Iran, you see, is making moves to try and stop the eroding of their allied groups across the Middle East and their capabilities. And the Lebanese paramilitary, the Lebanese H group in the south of the country, are one of those allies or aligned movements. Recently, Lebanon's parliament agreed to disarm them, which is like me agreeing to disarm the Terminator, maybe that weird watery one, liquid metal from Terminator 2. Like, I can agree to disarm him, but unless he follows my orders, I can't actually disarm him by force, right? I'll just get killed. Israel, of course, would be happy with the Lebanese H group's disarmament because the Lebanese government are a good little administration, good boy, good, that will do whatever they're told by the United States. But the Lebanese paramilitary, nah, they're sworn enemies of the Israeli state and therefore not just out of control, but directly opposed to Israel. My God, oh my, all kinds of problems erupt when I hit play on the record button. Now, compared to Israel, Iran wants the exact opposite, obviously, for their Lebanese H group to remain right as they are, no disarming at all, ideally buffing them up, supporting them if they can be supported. And the Lebanese H group are, of course, not at all interested themselves in disarming and leaving their lives in the hands, at the mercy of flipping Israel, right? Would you, just anyone watching this, would you, if you ran a country in 2025, disarm and leave yourself at the mercy of Izzy? Really? In the struggle, Israel and Iran are watching closely and obviously interfering. You could interfering or influencing or supporting. Depends on your framing, right? I'm not taking sides. I'm just reporting to you the facts, and then you can go further investigate, or you can pick a side. And da 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 da. They're both watching though this very closely because the Lebanese paramilitary, the H group, is a key piece of resistance to Western hegemony in the Middle East region, a key part of Iran and allied forces opposed to Axis Israel. Now, you don't know about what's going on right now in Lebanon because if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead, guys. Right? But we cover, I cover one guy, more than just these sensational headlines. I cover even the news the Western media apparatus doesn't want you to know about. The news without the Western spin. And it's important. You see, Iran's delegate voiced support for the Lebanese state and for the H group, which, by the way, is an armed wing of a party in the Lebanese government, right? So it is officially a Lebanese governmental party, Lebanese H group. Now, the response from Lebanon to Iran being very diplomatic and cordial and saying we support Lebanon's independence and we support this group, da 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 da. Lebanon basically said, no, we can't have outside, we can't have military outside the control of the state. We want all armed factions to be part of the Ministry of Defense, right? We need all armed factions to either join us or disband, right? Relinquish their autonomy and join us as part of the government. Now, that's analytically speaking a fair ask. But the Lebanese state does not have the power, number one, to disarm the paramilitary by force without triggering a civil war, one that they might very well lose. But number two, they also cannot be seen to be doing nothing. Their master, I mean chief ally, the USA, would be very upset because it would mean their master, I mean a key ally, Israel, would be very upset, right? If Lebanon's government were to do nothing at all, they risk running out of utility in the eyes of the West, and then they might run out of support, and then they might be, They might suffer a mishap, right? A mishap. My assessment, Lebanese H won't just give up their arms. Don't be silly. They claim that being armed is the only reason Israel is kept at bay. Israel to this day is in South Lebanon. They say we will move out once the H group disarm and we feel safe. Well, they never feel safe. Coming from Israel with a track record like the Israeli state has, this promise that, we'll leave and not bother you further if the group that's stopping us from advancing any further disarms completely. That's a promise that's all but guaranteed not to be kept, right? So geostrategically, it makes no sense to disarm. Geostrategically, I'm not supporting one side or another. I'm just giving you the facts, and I'm giving you what I think is the reality, that this group will not leave. The question is, will the Lebanese government, with American backing, be able to somehow finagle this group into disarming some other way? What can they provide? What can they offer? By my assessment, nothing at the moment. My thoughts are, therefore, the Lebanese H group will say, hell nah! They're not Texan, but they'll say no. As much as Israel would love for a loyal, compliant Lebanese state with no paramilitary to be sitting on its northern border, especially should Israel decide to pop off a round 2 with Iran, this one, what they want here in South Lebanon, is very unlikely to be something they can get, at least without a fight. And last time they tried a ground invasion, they got slapped so hard, they signed a peace deal on their own invasion in less than a month. Ladies and gentlemen, it continues to be a pleasure. If you're watching this on an account with 260,000 followers on TikTok, you are following the right account. Otherwise, you are following some sort of weird copycat, chore, thief of content. I don't really make a big deal though, because, I just want the news to get to you guys, even if it's from a weird, random channel. For the unbiased news and analysis without the Western spin, I'm Mahfouz, and I'll see you on the next one.